Welcome back to the Car Wash Growth Playbook. I am Josh Taylor, CMO at OpSpot, and today we're talking about something that hits almost every operator right where it hurts. Because if you're honest, there are months where your churn rate feels like it's eating your revenue faster than you can replace it, and it feels like you're trying to climb out of a hole that just keeps filling itself back in. You add new members, and then a big chunk of them cancel. You run promotions, and 2 months later, you're almost back where you started. You grow by 20, and you lose 18, and you start wondering, is this just how membership works? And the answer is no. You're not stuck and you're not doing anything wrong. You're just missing one piece that can completely change the trajectory of your car wash. And the answer is not lowering your prices. It's not adding another package. It's not tighter vacuums or more signage or better ceramic foam. The real way out is retention. And the key to retention is usage, because people do not cancel when they use their membership. People cancel when they forget to use it. And that's the part nobody wants to talk about. The number one reason people cancel is almost never the price. It's almost always because they're not washing. They fall out of the habit. They go 2 or 3 weeks without coming in, and then they see the charge on their bank statement and they think, yeah, I should probably cancel that. And the value disappeared because the usage disappeared. And that is not a pricing issue. That is a human behavior issue. So I want to reframe how you think about memberships, because a membership is not a product your customer buys. A membership is a routine you help them build. And if you don't help them build that routine, they will not build it on their own. And if they don't build it, they'll eventually leave. Now, let me give you some industry perspective, because this is where the whole thing becomes incredibly clear. The average member in the car wash industry stays for 7 to 9 months. That's the baseline. But the average across all the washes that we work with is 17 and a half months. And some of our customers are as high as 36 months per member. And they're not doing anything magic. They're not bribing people to stay. They're simply communicating with their members in a way that helps them use the plan they're already paying for. That alone tells you everything that you need to know. Not communicating with your members is the wrong move. Now, this is where a lot of operators get nervous, because when I say you need to remind your members to wash, a lot of people say, oh no, I can't do that. If I remind them they have a membership, they might cancel. And I get it. It feels like you're poking the bear. But here's the truth. The bear is already awake. Your members already know they're not paying you. And if they're not washing, the thought of canceling is already sitting in the back of their mind. Ignoring your members doesn't protect your revenue. It actually speeds up the cancellation. Reminding them to wash is not poking the bear. Reminding them to wash is feeding the bear so it doesn't wander off. And when you start thinking that way, retention suddenly makes a lot more sense, because the real question becomes, how do you get people to use their membership consistently? And the answer is simple. You have to remind them. You have to nudge them. You have to guide them. You have to help them build the habit, because habits do not build themselves. And the data backs this up. One of the things that we've seen over and over again with hundreds of washes across the country is that when you help people wash 3 times a month, they almost never cancel. 3 washes a month is the sweet spot, because at that point, the value becomes obvious every single month. And when the value is obvious, the membership becomes a no-brainer. And when it's a no-brainer for them, it becomes predictable revenue for you. But here's the part most operators completely miss. People do not naturally know how often they should wash their car. They're not thinking about it. They don't have a routine built around it. They're not sitting there thinking, hey, it's been 9 days, let me go wash. That's not how people behave. So if you're not guiding them, you can't expect them to show up. And this is why communication becomes the secret weapon of retention. And I don't mean heavy marketing. I don't mean long emails. I mean simple, friendly reminder texts that help them use the thing they're already paying for. One of my favorite messages we send is this: the members that love to keep their car looking new wash once a week. And I love that message because it's aspirational, it's gentle, and it positions regular washing as something successful members do. And people want to be a part of the group that uses their membership well. They want their car to look good. They want to feel like they're getting the most out of their money. And that one little line helps them do it. And the cool thing is, when you start reminding people to wash, people actually wash. Usage goes up, and when usage goes up, retention goes up. And when retention goes up, your revenue goes up. And suddenly your business stops feeling like a roller coaster and starts feeling predictable. And your team feels it, and you feel it, and your customers feel it. Because here's the reality. People do not quit things they use. They quit things they forget about. And your job is to make the membership unforgettable. Not by annoying people, not by spamming them, but by helping them use the thing they're paying for. And honestly, when you look at it that way, that's just good hospitality. You're not selling them anything new. You're helping them get the most out of what they are paying for. And I know some operators hear weekly reminders and think it's too much, but people appreciate helpful reminders when those reminders protect their investment, save them money, or reinforce a habit they actually want. Washing their car fits all three. You can send weekly nudges, you can send weather-based reminders, you can send seasonal messages, you can even send motivational messages. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be consistent because consistency builds habits, and habits build loyalty, and loyalty builds predictable revenue. And the other benefit of communication is that it keeps you top of mind. If a member goes 2 or 3 weeks without hearing from you and they're not driving past your wash every day, it is incredibly easy for them to forget about the membership altogether. And once they forget they have a membership, the cancellation button starts looking real tempting. So let me say it this way: selling the membership is the easy part. Keeping the member is the art, and the art of retention is built on usage, and usage is built on habit, and habit is built on communication. And if you fix the usage, you fix the retention. And once you fix the retention, everything else in your business is easier. So no, your churn rate is not a pricing problem. It's not because your competition is cheaper. It's not because your plan is too expensive. It's because people forgot to wash. And you can absolutely fix that. And when you fix that, your membership becomes the most predictable engine in your entire business. All right, that's it for today's episode. I'll see you next week on the Car Wash Growth Playbook.